Oh, a little better. That's better. Uh, Here we go again. Hi there. Welcome back, everyone, once again to Cast Iron Wednesday, as we always say here on Wednesday. Well, we didn't say it last Wednesday. My live on Wednesday was unfortunately postponed by an emergency road trip from work, and that's why I had to have the live last Friday. Still, I like the way it turned out. So, and I'm kind of making up for it by going overboard tonight, so to speak, because, yeah, here it is again, Cast Iron Wednesday, where we will be cooking in cast iron as we do every Wednesday, except when we don't. And well, for this week, I had the idea. Actually, this was what I wanted to do last week as well, in that it's been a little while since I've gotten baked. So you could say that, yeah, we are going to be doing. Oh, there's cat fur on this microphone. What a surprise. You could say that we are going to definitely be doing some baking in cast iron tonight because I seem to have really committed myself to something foolish, and that hopefully within the next hour I will have made not one but two cakes. My intention has been and still is to do a Bundt cake in a cast iron Bundt pan because, well, that is a wonderful baking dish, and I know, and those of you who are lucky enough to own one of these know how wonderful, how great this really is in the kitchen, and it's certainly something worth seeking out. On the other hand, what it would mean is that I will prepare the cake and put it in the oven, and then have about 50 minutes to pretty much sit here and talk, or or make another cake. And this is where, at the request of well, Jamie, my companion, she wanted a tres leche cake tonight. And so, well, okay, let's indulge her. And that means that once we're done with one, we will start ourselves with a tres leche cake. And those of you who have never tried a tres leche cake, am I even pronouncing that right? Tres leche? Uh, Tres leche. If you've never tried one of those, you don't know what you're missing, because there is a reason why the tres leche cake is so popular pretty much everywhere except here in the mainstream United States, where as we grew up with our typical mall food court stuff, most of us have not heard of it. And of course, it's even better if we do this from scratch. And that's the fun part because, yeah, gee, two cakes in 1 hour. What could possibly go wrong? Especially when who you're talking about here. Okay, yeah, lights, camera, action. Hello, everybody. Gunter 45, Andrew Bonificio. Good evening from Michigan. And Fluffy Otter 1. Hello, Fluffy Otter. And Bookworm 73, Timber Bear, and I can never pronounce this right. Clico, I think it is. I kind of remember there was a drink with that name. And Pib Gorn and Bookworm 73. Hello again. Welcome, everybody. And thank you, as always, for showing up here, regardless. It seems like pretty much regardless of what the topic is. Although I do try to keep the topic on cast iron. But because we've got so much to do, it's because I've committed to doing so much. Good grief. I can't believe how much cat hair there is on this thing. Oh, well. Anyway, I guess we'd better get started. So that's why the first thing we've got to do is, well, not show the cast iron, but start with the mixer. And yes, yeah, my friend Jamie here is going to be helping out in with reading the comments and the like. So so we certainly do want to keep up with you, and we do want to make this a two-way chat. That's really what makes this all so much fun, I think. But nonetheless, let's get started here. Yay, we got ourselves a mixer here. I've already started mixing the dry ingredients. Let's see if I can get the right angle here on this. Yeah, with all this other clutter in the corner, and I apologize very much for that. There we go. Yeah, Jamie says she's going to be. What am I doing wrong now? Okay. Jamie says she's going to be reading as many comments as she can. So please, as always, questions plus answers are indeed recommended. Anyway, one thing I've learned, especially about making a cake from scratch, it is absolutely essential to whisk the dry ingredients, and I was doing that even before I started putting it in the mixing bowl here. It took me a while to realize how important that is. This helps to incorporate air into the cake and make it more light and more moist too. So this is definitely an essential step. I've got the recipe for this cake here on my website already, and it's going to be a nice and simple one. In fact, at this point, I've got one thing to do as far as the ingredients are concerned, and that is start making some coffee. So let me quickly do this. Actually, yeah, that's good enough. All right. Yes, indeed. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
It's always when baking. When you're mixing your dry and wet ingredients together, you want to do that, I would say, as quickly as possible, but also as light as possible. You know what I mean? You want to fold it in rather fast, but you don't want to overmix. When you overmix, you're actually breaking down the bonds that actually make things soft and gooey, I guess. Not really gooey, but like soft and palatable. You know, the more you mix it, the tougher things get. Right. So when you incorporate both sides, you want to kind of fold it in and don't overmix.
Right. So far, all I have are the dry ingredients. So
yeah, no, I'm just letting you know for the next part. You know?
The wet ingredients are going to be coming next. So what do we have here so far? Hi, Jamie, says Tinder Bear. Uh-oh, the mixer has started expressing itself. Hey, howdy, y'all. I'm back from the road. Welcome back, William Hurt, as well. So, okay, so we've got this much going. Where did my mouse go? That means now we've got to put in 3 large eggs and 1 cup of buttermilk, which is what we will be doing. There we go. Got to do this as quickly as I can, and yet at the same time, I don't want there to be any, shell in the cake. That would not be nice. So, 1. Oh, 2. Oh boy. So far I'm lucky. And 3. I suspect if I was in baking school right now, I probably would have already been sent to sit in the corner. Oh, good grief. These eggs are practically crumbling, unfortunately, and yet I seem to have done this without any shell. So, hey, as they say, if it works, then it works. Now that we've done that, we can't waste much more time. So, we have a cup of buttermilk coming up. And then from here, as anybody knows, if you want to make yourself a really chocolatey cake, gotta put in some hot coffee. Cup of coffee. That will definitely wake people up. And there, 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil, or in this case, canola oil. And a little bit of vanilla extract. And now, while we're doing that, it's time. Okay, that part is done, which means now we get to have some fun. Now we have to change our view again. Oh, move around here. Always something. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. Start like this, grab my gloves, because actually here's the secret. This technique, I think I actually developed this one myself, and I'm quite proud of it. You may have seen it in some of my baking videos. What I have here, heated up to 425 degrees, and that high temperature is intentional, is a dry cast iron bundt pan. And yes, I did say 425 degrees. The idea here is that I'm going to very quickly grease this hot pan. Something. All right, there we are. I think I should probably even stop the mixing right now, even though it's on low, because like she said, I don't want to over mix. However, oh yes, I always forget something. Specifically, here we are, basting brush and spatula. I know this is the real reason why a number of people like coming to this thing. They like watching my little mishaps, and I won't deny that. So at this point, we just ladle in a nice amount of this. That's Crisco, by the way. I wonder if I can get a good view of that as it melts. That's not bad. So, as I said, the trick that I kind of developed, and I'm proud of that, is that I put the iron bundt pan here. I put it into the oven dry. I did not grease and flour it in advance. I put it in dry and preheated the oven and this pan to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And the reason why we're going to be doing that is because after this goes into the oven, I'm immediately going to turn the temperature down to 350 degrees so that the temperature is going to decrease while this cake bakes. And I found so far that has been done, given me a pretty good track record for a non-stick bundt cake. And anybody who has made these bundt cakes knows non-stick is the way to go, because if it doesn't, I mean, if your cake sticks, well, you're in trouble. Oh, hi, Trouble. What a coincidence that he comes walking by. Shit. Oh, you're having issues? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, Jay. Wait, by the way, this is... oh, I see. You are. You say you are going to, you're going to relay questions. So thank you for helping out, Jamie. Yes, you're right. You're right. I'll keep doing it. I'm almost done anyway. The point is, you've got to do about every single square inch of this pan, coat it with the oil, or the Crisco in this case. So we are just about done here. And once we do that, now comes the real fun part. Get my gloves back on, because this is one hot pan. And here comes the batter. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to waste this. So, very quickly move this over to here. And here we go. Good thing I've got a metal pan as well, or mixing bowl, I should say. Oh, you're having an issue?
There's no comments or anything coming through.
Okay. I am seeing comments here, I have to say. I just saw one from Jessica T and Bookworm73. So you're having trouble, I'm afraid, Jamie? Sorry to say that.
The last one I have is 807.
I've got ones, Clico coming from Southern California and Jessica T, California here. That's the.
Yeah, I said to do a roll call. I'm not receiving. I can't see
Okay.
the comments.
Okay, well, anyway, that's what we have so far. Excuse me. Here we go. Now.
All right, I'm working on it.
All right, I am pouring. There we go. The excess batter.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Trying to do this as quickly as I can. It's never as
So
easy as
far, we
it
have
looks.
2 Californias, South Carolina, another California.
Nice.
We're coastal, coast to coast.
Space Ghost, coast to coast.
I wonder where our friend is with the pond.
Here. And in goes the batter. There we go.
Maryland.
Gotta be careful. I always seem to end up spilling a little bit. It would be nice if I did it for once without that. This, by the way, is the typical amount for a 2-layer cake. So if you were going to use box mix, and there's really nothing wrong with using box mix, you would use 2 boxes of box mix on this. Simply, it's better, of course, to make it from scratch. But as I said, there's really nothing wrong with using the box mix. There we go. That takes care of that part. Just careful with this. Give it once over. And quickly into the oven. That means I've got to back away again. There we go. And finally, we immediately turn the temperature down from 425 to 350. And now we wait about 50 to 55 minutes. Whew. So that is step 1. And we are, what is the time? The time here says 8:18 p.m. In case, I hope I didn't say that too soft. I turned the temperature down again from 425 to 350. It is now in the oven and will be there for about 50 to 55 minutes. The temperature of the oven is going to decrease from 425 to 350 as that cake bakes. And when it comes out of the oven, therefore, we should have a decent Bundt cake. So anyway, that's the yeah. As I said, I'm kind of proud of that little trick because I've used it now quite a few times in the few years since I've developed that. I've made cakes for a lot of folks. I've made a couple of them for Jamie. I've made them even for my mom and for friends and the like. And I've not had a 100% nonstick record, but it is. I will not say foolproof, but it's served me pretty well. I've had a pretty good record with that. So anyway, let's see. While we're doing this, let's see what we have here. Joseph Ortiz. Also, preheating your baking dish, it gives a very small crust layer on the outside of the cake. Yes, it does. I use the same technique when making cornbread. Yeah, that's where I got the idea for it from. When I first scored that cast iron Bundt pan, I tried using the traditional method of greasing and flouring the pan, and I think my ratio of cakes sticking to not sticking was about, I think 1 out of every 3 cakes was a success. I was actually, it's like 2 out of 3 of my cakes were sticking, and it was very frustrating. So I did some research, and it suddenly occurred to me, you make cornbread by preheating the pan, and at least as long as I've been doing that, it never sticks. So why not give it a try with a cake? and I gave it a try with a cake. And I love the results. So that's why I made sure to put that on my website. And as I said, I've done a few videos of this now. Yeah. Yes, Joseph. Also, using ganache, it seems to coat a lot better. Yes, it does. Yeah. How's the dam? How's the dam?
Yeah, she said undisclosed beaver pond. I said, how's the dam? Nice and cozy?
Oh, yes, that's right. Hey, I'm gonna have to catch the replay. Just want to say hey to everyone. Well, break time is over. Sorry about that, Edmund Boyles. So, okay. Anyway, that's as I said. So far, so good. Yeah, the cast iron bunt pan. I guess I should bring that up as well. That is the newest one. That yes. What's up?
What's the point of me doing this if you're gonna read them all over again?
No, I'm not rereading. Oh, well, it's only because I have a moment. But then I'm gonna get going to the next step. But that cast iron bunt pan is one that, again, Lodge reproduced their so called fluted cake pan back in 2018. And they produced it for about a year. And they had it in their inventory for maybe about another year to almost 2 years after that. And then finally, they sold out. And currently, at this point, bunt pans are once again a rare commodity. I understand from Lodge they will be probably producing more of them in another few years or so. Still, even so, it was great to be able to get a cast iron bunt pan when the opportunity arose, and I strongly recommend it for anybody who likes to bake, because yeah, this was definitely worth it. Before Lodge produced these newer fluted cake pans, the cost of cast iron bunt pans had become a real prized treasure, and as a result, their prices were skyrocketing, especially on places like eBay, where it's like on eBay, it had gotten to the point where you could expect to pay $200 and more for a cracked and welded bunt pan. So yeah, fortunately, the newer pans from Lodge kind of brought the market down to a more reasonable level. You probably still would, there's a chance you might actually get a nice deal even today. But even so, I mean, if you're really, really determined, you may still be able to score yourself a cast iron bunt pan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Best of luck. I mean, that's really all I can say. Unfortunately, just keep on hunting, because you never know what will happen. So, especially with flea markets. And okay, yeah, we mentioned about Joseph Ortiz, but anyway, as I mentioned already, this was only part one. Fool that I am! I had wanted to do a second cake. And this one, I do not have the ingredients prepped. Did not have time to do that. So we're going to have to go through and have some fun here. Especially considering what we're going to be making next. Let's see if I got this right here. Oh, come on. Da, 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 da. Here we are. And that, of course, would be Très Leche milk cake, the one that folks go crazy over, especially in well, what do they call it these days? I mean, Latin America still an acceptable term? I don't even know what we say anymore, but pretty much anywhere at all in the world, really, people go crazy for Très Leche cake. Yeah, okay, Hispanic, that'll do, I guess. So yeah, and it is certainly worth it. In fact, one of the tricks that a lot of people do with to make a tres leche cake is to make a yellow cake and then essentially mix your tres leche into it. And I like the plan of that. So what we've got now is, in fact, this is where is this thing? As they call it here. Boy, there's a lot of text on this page. Oh man, come on. Whatever, I give up. Anyway, it's a nice yellow cake recipe here. The way she describes it is the best yellow cake I've ever had. And this is a popular baking website, Sally's Baking Addiction. So, based on that, we are going to be taking her directions, making ourselves a yellow cake, and then we're going to soak it in the Tres Leches mix. And that's the reason. Another reason why I want to do the Tres Leches as well, because once the cake is baked and then you soak it in the Tres Leches mix, you have to let it sit in the refrigerator, probably like overnight or so. So the Tres Leches won't be done until tomorrow. Whereas on the other hand, that other cake should be done just around the time of the end of this video. So now that I've yacked enough, it's time to start with part 2. And I realized I missed one crucial step. That would be cleaning up my mess from the last cake. So let me very quickly put some of these things aside here. Oh, you know what they say, you've got to keep your workspace clean. Or as she says in Ratatouille, keep your workspace clean or I shall kill you. So I'm definitely keeping her advice in mind here. As always, come on, bring this down. There we go. As always, thank you to everyone for your patience with this. Yeah, like I said, I've got all of this clutter here, unfortunately. What I do not have is one of those giant kitchens they have in a number of those other professional cooking videos, unfortunately. Although I've been on the hunt for another apartment, one which should have much more decent working space. That's my hope, anyway. I believe Jamie actually gave a tip on one that, well, we'll see what it's like. I'm sorry? Yes, yes, I did. It went into the oven at 8:18 p.m. That means 9 minutes ago. So that means it. Okay, yes. So yes, 9:08 p.m. It will have been 50 minutes, and that's probably when the cake should come out, and we should check on it. So I hope that helps, and thank you. All right. Fortunately, there's that is I get to bring out another nice little piece here. Carefully. Gotta be careful using these things because they are fragile. And that would be a vintage Pyrex. This was an interesting score in itself. I think I mentioned it one time or another. I technically stole it from my ex. That's another story coming up. Okay, here we go. As quickly as we can. This means gotta break out some cake flour. The thing about yellow cake is you need to use cake flour. It's
How often that we do a live stream? I said thank you very much. Hope to see you every week.
Well, thank you very, very much. So, I mean, these things are very exhausting, but they're a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, especially because all you folks are here. That's really why. And besides, this way you get to see all my mishaps. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, this is a model. I understand it is called Amish butter print, which, if I understand right, dates to around the late 1950s or so. Like everything else in my kitchen, I've got a bit of a story behind that, but it involves some not so nice personal drama. I'll tell that story another time. Suffice to say, I'm gonna have to find another container for this cake flour. But other than that, we are doing, that was 2 1/4 cups of cake flour. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do it the hard way. Unfortunately, here comes mishap number 1, right? You're supposed to level it off. Whoops. Well, that's 1 1/4 cups. Yeah, I know. I can't say I blame you. Boy, did I mess this up. Oh, man, did I ever mess this up. Okay. All right. Well, okay. There we go. All right. This is about one. That was about 1 1/4 cups. This is Maybe a little less than 3 cups. Yes,
Hold on,
yes,
hold on.
yes.
Get another bowl.
Okay,
Right here. Grab another bowl. All right.
okay.
Scoop what you need for cake flour out of here into there.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There's a thought, I guess.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you so much.
It's science. You really can't be like, oh, I guess. This might work. You know? It's not like putting garlic on a steak, you know?
You trying to tell me something?
No, I just saw someone. I'll have to show you the video. Someone, I was like, holy garlic, vampires won't get you.
Yeah.
The video I saw last night.
Well, you can never have too much garlic, but hey, how about this?
No, actually, on this one, you'll be like, oh my god.
Oh, actually, that's the other thing I need. Find my stuff. Here we are. Look at this. I'm even leveling it off.
Wouldn't it be what better way the flour?
1. Probably, but unfortunately, I chose a recipe that uses cups. 2. 3. This is not going to work now. Give me 1 second. Let's do it this way.
All right, now Eric, we can hear you super
There we-
loud and clear.
Okay.
But they
4.
can't hear me. Listen,
Yes.
but you can hear you like super loud and
Oh,
clear.
okay.
So maybe
That was 4, by the way. Yes.
maybe
I need to do 9 of these.
Yep. If we just put the mic stand here, because you'll still be like, okay. Now let's test Eric's now, okay?
Okay. Can anybody hear me now? Is that too much?
Oh, you can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Okay.
All right, can you guys hear me all right?
Okay. This is number 5. I need to do 9 of these.
Perfect.
All right. So far, so good. And thank you again for the advice. How many times have I said I'm an amateur? Well, this pretty much demonstrates it. 10 years into this, and I'm still an amateur. Probably always be an amateur. Oh, good grief. Good grief again. Okay, we've done 5. 6.
I don't believe the recipe gave you
7.
weight, did it?
No, it did not, unfortunately. It said 2 1/4 cups.
Yeah, so Beverly, that's why we can't do it by weight. But I don't know what the ratio is. I barely hear Eric.
8.
Eric, you gotta talk louder.
Okay, I gotta talk louder. I guess you do need to bring the mic a little bit closer, I'm afraid.
All right, so I'll just keep
Sorry
yelling.
about that. Yeah.
No, well, now you're being quiet, as you're saying. You usually talk really, as the mic's closer, you talk louder. I don't know why that is.
Okay, I don't know either. It's kind of some.
Oh, you're kind of like
I
mumbling
guess.
though. You're not really saying what you're doing right now.
Well, this is number 9. Okay, so, and that's the easy part too. Because from there, as always, thank you for your patience, everybody. All right, now comes the easier parts. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Fortunately, with baking powder, it comes pre-measured like that. So there we go. 1, 2. There we go. That's 2. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. That's not very much. I don't think even Jamie will taste it.
I think so. I feel like it's actually better at more dense cakes, but anyway.
One 1/4 teaspoon of that. Or I could say 1/4 cup and scare her like that. All right, we got 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, good. All right. And just to be absolutely sure that this thing is nice and light, let's whisk it a little bit more. As I mentioned, whisking the dry ingredients is very, very important. Mixes it all together.
Hey, Leche is normally a more dense cake. That way the milk's drained to the bottom, not absorbed fully into the cake. Anyways.
I might disagree with that politely,
Alright.
but even so. All right. Having done all that, now comes the next fun part. This is where we do.
Cake flour generally doesn't have to be sifted, right?
Sorry?
Cake flour just generally doesn't have to be sifted. Right?
No, it still has to be sifted. They make a point of that you definitely have to sift this. So I'm trying not to take any chances here, which is why, again, I appreciate your patience. I'm just very quickly. Yeah, I've been trying to bring some butter to room temperature, but
So the sifting's coming, right?
well, I just whisked it. All right, this is now. Here we go again. Mentions 1 cup softened butter, which is 2 sticks. Come on, you. There we go. That's number 1. And number 2. Yeah, I know that there's a very famous and old blog out there called Cake Rex. If anybody wants to call and tell them what I'm doing, I'll be more than happy to send them my address. Okay, unless softened butter. Now we do 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. So here we go again. All right. Nonetheless, as I've said for about the umpteenth time, thank you everybody for watching and for your patience with all of this. Would like to do this a little faster myself. This was 1 and that was what? That was 1 3/4 cups. I hope the smaller bowl is sufficient. Unfortunately, where did that? There it is. 1 3/4 cups. Yes.
There, I didn't say to mix it in there, just to measure it out. You
Oh.
can dump the cake flour back in.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, we've gone this far, then we will change it to the other one then.
Yeah.
Okay,
where's
1
the,
3/4. That would be 7
Alright.
of these. 2.
Do you want to man the questions for a little bit, and I'll start doing the cake stuff
Oh.
together?
Well, give me 1 second. 3.
And I can move along pretty quick. You know? What are you looking for it? Where's it?
4.
Here.
Yeah, I definitely need the bigger bowl. No question about it.
Absolutely. What is this for? What is this one?
5.
70 is what it is. It's now for cake flour.
Yeah. 6. Trying to remember what that one was for. I didn't even label it.
Well, now it's cake flour.
Okay. And 7.
I mean, sorry guys. I can't help it. Okay.
I'm sure we've heard worse. After all, we've made SOS together.
Yeah. After all, I do come on here occasionally,
Yes, we do.
and I have a very, very low key vocabulary. All right. Do you want me to take over for a minute? Where are you at?
Okay, right at this point, we just got to transfer that into here.
So it moves a little bit quicker. You want me to scoop on in?
Well, if you insist.
Well, one thing
That's
is you
just like an ask
so
for.
okay here. I'm not
Okay.
gonna insist, but
All
where are we at?
right. Well, now it's the next fun part is I've got to separate yolks.
All right. Here, let me get that
4
done.
large egg yolks and 2 large egg whites.
All right, measure out the other stuff. Okay, I got the egg yolks.
Okay.
I know what we can
Got
do is maybe clean up the surface a little bit, and that might help with the moving along process.
yeah.
Because getting some stuff out of the way.
Okay, let's do that. We'll move
Yeah.
this cake flour out of the
Sorry,
way.
guys. We're in the motion on the fly. We had no time to kind of do a run through of exactly how it was going to run tonight. We both, I worked today and he did as well. So
We are doing our best.
yeah, I know you guys actually like it. You did like this part. Why I don't know. How many eggs
You
again?
mean the part where I mess up?
How many eggs again?
Okay,
Time?
4 egg yolks.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've got to separate.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, we'll need the whites.
Well, that just relieves some stress.
Okay. Let
I
me,
got it. Right here
yeah.
in the bowl. I
Yeah.
got it. I got it, Eric. Just focus on what you're doing over
Okay,
there.
okay. No, I know. I'm checking very quickly here.
You know
This
what you do?
is
Another bowl, get the wet
okay.
ingredients
Wait.
together.
All right.
Okay.
Mentions 4 large egg yolks and 2 large egg whites. Okay, that's not so bad.
Oh, I could have just saved that.
I did not know that.
Okay,
Okay.
4 yolks.
4 egg yolks, 2 egg whites. So 2 egg yolks, and then we separate the eggs.
I got it. Folks, I'm not doing the shell. I'm using my hands. You know what I mean? The shell thing, yes, it does work wonderful, but it's annoying, and I don't got the patience or the time for it.
All right. It's the egg whites. About to track on low speed. Okay.
I can
Oh
do it by
yeah,
hand.
that's right. Definitely gonna have to bring back the mixer actually
It's
at
right
this
there.
point.
It's already there.
Okay. But
The bowl.
my
Your bowl's dirty.
yeah. Well,
But
there's
that's what you can work on. Clean the bowl.
okay. All right. Actually, rather than just stand here, let's see what we have. By the way, okay. By the way, Daniel Wise, I just got a fluted cake pan on Amazon last week. Lucky one off, but I have found it to be worth it. Check Amazon for new old stock items like that. Well, congratulations to that. I can definitely say that. And likewise, Jose Latios, hello from Cali. I love SOS, says Joseph Ortiz, and no worries, keep it real. Well, I'm doing my best, and I'm really trying to keep it interesting as well as keeping it real, and that's probably the harder part.
Wait, I can't remember. How many again?
Okay, 4 egg yolks,
Are you sure?
and okay,
I thought it was 4 egg whites. Check it again, please.
it's definitely 2 egg whites and 4 egg yolks. 4 large egg yolks, room temperature,
All right, so that's
2
the
large
whites.
egg
All
whites.
right, so
All right, and while we're waiting here, try to get things a little more interesting. Let's bring the mixer back.
well, wait, you just mix it. Do you just have to whisk the eggs?
Yes.
So what, you do stiff peaks or what?
Yes.
You can do it by hand.
Okay. All right. All right. While we're waiting, nonetheless. Okay, keep it real. I came here to get baked with y'all, and somebody says add some canna butter. Yeah, that's pretty tempting, actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to not be paranoid for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That'd be great. You put these in the fridge?
Okay, we'll do.
All right, folks, I am foregoing the mixer, and I'm going to whisk these by hand.
All right, that's interesting. Thank you so much for that. Then. Do you want to step this way then? Do you want to do
Just leave it, just leave it up.
Okay.
See, I'm doing it by hand because I'm not set up the mixer to get this done. I need a bigger bowl. Didn't we get one of those things?
Sorry?
We got one of those things, egg beater, didn't we?
I thought we did.
Well, I can't look for it. I can't stop what I'm doing.
Right.
So do you want?
All right.
All right, I'll do it. I'll look for it.
Okay, again.
I'm asking, like, Eric, in the thing, is there an egg beater in the cast iron cauldron there?
It's not cleaned out. I do not. I cannot use it. Sorry to say that. Okay. There we go. That's it. Yeah, there's always some. I told you, I always forget something, unfortunately. Nonetheless, now we're starting to get some more. As I said, this is my own darn fault for deciding to make 2 cakes tonight.
Should have been just the ingredients ready.
Yeah. Actually, we're still doing pretty good for time. We still have more than almost 30 minutes yet before the cake comes out, before that cake comes out of the oven. So we're actually still doing pretty good for time here. Nonetheless,
very.
I'm
I'm asking, it say stiff peaks?
No, you don't have to do stiff peaks.
How much did it say to whiskey light?
it, all right. It says here 2 large egg whites, and then use a handheld stand mixer, but a cream, butter, and sugar. Turn the mixer down and beat the 4 egg yolks. Okay,
Oh
add
my
1/3. I'm trying. Yeah, I know. Now I'm trying to go as quickly as I can. Whip the egg whites. It says use a handheld or stand mixer, fix it with whipped and beat the egg whites and cream of tartar together until
Stiff peaks.
Yes, until fluffy peaks form.
All right. Well, there's no cream tartar in here, so do you have cream tartar?
Yes, actually.
All right. Let me get the wet ingredients together. You can look for cream tartar, please. Let me see.
Okay.
All right.
As always, thank you everybody for watching.
All right.
Anybody who wants to see.
This is a comedy of errors right now.
Isn't it though? I'm not surprised one bit.
All right. So where are we at here? Hi, folks. All right. Heavy cream. You don't even have the ingredients out. Oh my goodness.
Heavy cream?
Yep.
Yeah, here's the cream starter.
Okay. Well, let's work on getting the ingredients out.
All right. Anyway, I appreciate.
So we have heavy cream.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay. Let me come over here. All right. Let me see. Let me just get this moving along a little quicker.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we've
All right.
done that, actually, here comes the next fun part.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them right in there. Everything in there, liquid ingredients.
Pretty much, yes.
Keep it in the mixer.
Oh, keep it in the mixer? Well,
Or don't. Okay.
well, I still have to put the dry ingredients.
Yeah, and you fold them in.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to use the mixer to mix the wet ingredients.
I haven't even mixed in the butter yet, but okay.
Butter goes in the wet ingredients, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think I might have goofed. Shit.
Jesus, here. All right, where's the direction? Chocolate buttercream. Where are you at? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, we're good. Relax.
Yeah.
Instructions.
All right. Is it dishwashing? Is it dishwashing soap? No. All I did was rinse it out very quickly with water. What's that bluish green? Oh, in the mason jar. Yes, that is dishwashing soap. Actually, that's a professional dishwashing soap that was donated by someone who actually works in the kitchen. Does he have cream of tartar? Well, actually, yes. So, yeah. Again, well, yeah. Just like when we made that pumpkin pie last fall. Oh yeah, we can still do that.
Use the pan.
Okay, coming up.
All right. Hand me let your pattern attachment. Beat butter and sugar together. You put the sugar in the wet. You didn't put the sugar in there, did you?
I think I did. Yes.
Well, this is you just screwed the pooch on that one. No, really, like it's not. That's where you cream the butter and sugar together.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I goofed
Completely. So now you're just gonna mix it all together, so it doesn't really matter now at this point.
At this point, no. I'm gonna have to do the best I can.
Yeah. I wish you just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Turn the music on me and he being the 4 eggs. All right, so this is gonna. All right, I'm gonna do the best I can to separate it out. Which again, where's that bowl?
Which bowl?
The bowl that we used to put the flour in already. The bowl you took the flour. Never mind. It's in the sink.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
While we're waiting, let's look at some cast iron folks. There we
Pull
go.
that back a little bit, just so
Now
I
we
can
can-
kind of.
Now we can actually.
The sugar's in the bottom, right?
Yes. Yes, it is. So,
Okay.
okay. While we're doing that,
At least I can get some of it separated and cream it a little bit. A little bit of flour is not going to matter.
okay. All right. Now we're starting.
What's
now
cast iron Wednesday without, come on.
Tell me about it. No,
It was going too smooth. It was going too smooth.
Yeah. See, the last couple of weeks had actually been going
Yeah,
pretty
so
smoothly.
you know what? This took up for it. It's like, you know what? These guys need some excitement.
So yeah, well, we're certainly getting that. That's for sure.
Well, it's good then. Like, I'm pretty resourceful, so.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So you see, because the cake flour is nice, it's like a tan color, and the sugar weighs a lot more, and obviously has a different consistency. Because the sugar is at the bottom, which is actually good. kind of lucky because if it was at the top, it would have went all the way through the cake flour. So it didn't. So luckily, I was able to take out a lot of the cake flour and to separate into another bowl. So from here, I'm going to put in the sugar into the butter, and I'm just going to cream those together. I do not need to use a mixer to do that. I'm sorry, I just don't use mixers.
Not to worry.
No, I just do it by hand.
And as you said, at this point, we are buttering up the pan here. The pan, as I mentioned, is an enamel 9x13 pan. I've actually had this one for several years. I use it obviously exclusively for baking. I've made a number of lasagnas in here. Jamie has made quite a few Dutch babies in this one.
Brownies.
And brownies, yes. Yeah. If and when Jamie ends up moving, living on her own, and I'm not kicking her out, I'm just saying, I've actually already promised I'm going to put some essentials in her kitchen, such as an enamel, cast iron casserole pan, like one of these. So, all right, there we go. So far, so good. Meanwhile, as we're doing this, Amish butter print 1957. Well, congratulations. Enameled cast iron, I'm out. Yeah. Fortunately, of all the different rivalries I've seen in cast iron field, in the field of cast iron, there really has not been much of a rivalry, thank goodness, between enameled cast iron and bare cast iron. American and Asian, yes, but not so much the enameled and the bare.
Look what I'm doing right here.
This looks pretty. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good.
Kind of save the day, folks. As you see, this is the yolks, the sugar, and the butter mixed together. So from here, all right, each yolk. One time. Yeah, well, we didn't do that. So plug this in the batter before adding the next. Nope, sorry. Next. Vanilla extract, please.
Vanilla extract.
Yep.
Coming up.
All right. I just prefer to do stuff by hand because I had to know what the feel is.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the mixer, you can't really tell. Because especially with butter, if you beat it too much, you actually start melting it. So. Oh shit.
Well, as far as vanilla extract,
it's for science, right?
Yeah, exactly. As far as vanilla extract goes, there you go.
Run down my hand. Okay. It's all down the side of it.
All right then. That's all right. After all, it's just alcohol.
Yeah, I've now ruined this whisk, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I would say it's nice and frothy. Fluffy. No, Mobley, we're not talking about you. So we have actually, I've come to the conclusion. Hopefully the person here does not, like Cats is not listening because they'll leave the program again.
Yes.
But so we have decided, or I have, Eric kind of agrees with me, that Trouble, I think, is a reincarnated service dog. Okay. So my reason being is because he is like scary smart. So he is like just his intelligence is just it's scary. He'll turn off lights if you don't move as fast as he wants to. He knows how to change the air conditioner. That's great. It's a lot of stuff. He'll give you paws, stand up for treats and stuff like that. But I think so I think he was a service dog, and so what had happened is I need the jokes actually. I think when he passed on, he was given the you need buttermilk. Okay, about a third of the dry ingredients and half of the buttermilk, and beat them on low speed until combined. What the hell did you decide to do? This is not the most complicated cake recipe ever. All right, a third of the dry ingredients and half of the buttermilk. Where's the buttermilk? You didn't make it yet, huh? Dun, 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 dun. Right?
Okay.
All right, buttermilk.
All right.
This is what you should.
Yes.
This is what could have been. Where is it?
Okay.
Where's the buttermilk stuff?
Well, hold on one second. Let me find this very, very quickly. There we go. This was 1 cup. Okay.
I don't have that buttermilk stuff anymore.
Actually.
What? All right. Well. All right. Cool.
Okay.
I'm stretching. Y'all didn't see that. All right. So what are we doing here? I don't even know. All right. Mix a third of the dry ingredients. Jeez, what do we got? I don't mean to take over, Eric, but this is, I think you're gonna get flustered because this is actually super.
Well, I was going to just simplify it. I mean, as you can see, although you have certainly helped by by separately.
Yeah, I don't think this whole just put it in. You know what I mean? A third of that's forget it. You know
That's
what I mean?
pretty much what I was going to do. Yes.
Forget all that, of course. All right. So what do we need? That needs to be whisked with the cream of tartar, there, love.
Oh, here it is. Thank you.
All right, here. So, did you put it in here?
What?
The cream of tartar?
Okay.
Right there.
Yes, I know. Let me see the measurement. Oh, that's not much.
It's tiny bit.
An eighth of a teaspoon. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a headache because
Weird. I just had
this
it.
is a fun one, huh?
Oh yeah. This is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah.
Just a sprinkling.
Yeah. All it is just a dash.
For science, people. For science. All I need is to.
Princess Leia would approve.
Yes. I mean, people are like, is that you? Obviously not. Yeah, just.
Okay. Here we go.
yeah. I saw what happened already. Do you see that, folks? He just went to go put it in. That's all gonna stick to my hand. Yeah, and I'll dump it in. I can dump the rest of it in the sink. So, see what I mean?
Okay.
Put it in. Just be generous with it. I can put the rest of it in
There.
the sink.
That should be enough for 1/8 of a teaspoon. Yeah, there is.
Okay.
My intention from the beginning had been to simplify this, and I'm not kidding there.
Yeah, you can't really do that until you've done it. You know what I mean? Like, it's science. Baking is science. So you have to try that out before you know what I mean? Well, I guess this is trying it out. So our next, actually, I don't want to say. So the reason why we're trying this out tonight, folks, is because I have come up with this recipe for a chocolate eclair. Remember the chocolate eclair bars, the ice cream bars? So I'm thinking about making a chocolate eclair leche cake. Yeah, I'm not telling you how, because it's it's a secret. And I had to find each one of you in California and Iowa and Idaho and Maryland and the such. Massachusetts, you'd be easy. I should find you real quick. You know what? Those looks like soft beets, don't they? Soft beets?
Yes, they do.
Sure they do.
Yes, they do.
I'm not holding that next to my chest either. I didn't mean that.
Frankly, I'm jealous. I have never been able to do that.
Not a lot of people can. This is called Tourette's. That's what it's called. Yeah, that's actually, those are soft beets.
You're pretty good.
Woo! Who does that by hand? What? I do. I do that by hand. Me, that too. I'm a beast. What? I don't want to stop now. I don't like make meringue. All right. So where are we at here? So just put it in the bowl. Just fucking everything.
At this point, I think we're about ready to. Yes.
Everything in the bowl.
Make sure we haven't missed any of the ingredients.
Buttermilk, grain, buttermilk. I'm gonna start. That's gonna be going to take. You don't want to deflate the egg whites after with over mixing. See, look, see, even the see, I told you. All right, so we will do all this and then we fold in the This you need to do quickly as well. So I need to use a spatula or not a whisk. Thank you very much. So, folks, this is what I'm gonna do. I do everything. It's easier for me down lower than it is up high, just because it just is. I don't know. I come up with a good reason, but how about just cause? I'm an adult. I can say that, right? Why? Just cause? Because it is. Because I said so. But maybe you come back there.
All right, I've got to move this out of the way.
Yeah, it looks a little on the dry side, huh,
yeah,
folks?
I know. We got to say we have.
Cream.
Yeah, coming up.
Cream.
Okay, let me make
Cream.
Yes, coming up. Okay, yeah, and in fact, that's about it.
More
It's
important, cream.
coming up. Buttermilk, but yes.
Yeah, cream, buttermilk, whatever.
There you go.
Butter lies. Actually, it reminds me of that movie Half Baked. Butter stuffed. Butternuts. Buttercup. This horse is a diabetic. What'd you give him?
Yeah, that's looking better. As you wish, Buttercup.
This is still awfully thick. Yeah, that's super thick.
I could put it in the mixer.
No, I'm not saying I'm saying it's super thick as in like to make it. I'm not saying to stir it.
Oh.
You don't want to put it in the mixer to put the egg whites in. It's pretty much incorporated right now.
Oh, okay.
I would say. What do you say, folks? We're not even paying attention to your comments. So what do you say, folks? Yeah, sounds good. You guys are right on it.
Well, meanwhile, Camp Guy, my wife's company gave her one of those as a 30-year anniversary work gift. Oh, Camp Guy, I just bought a meat grinder attachment for my KitchenAid. Now I need to use it. Oh yeah. By the way, when you were beating those, Glock 30 fan. My arm hurts watching this.
I have Tourette's, sweetheart. It just comes. It comes free with the Tourette's. All right, egg whites.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. I have one speed. It's called go.
Yeah.
Unless actually it's a lie. I have two speeds. It's called go and then sit.
Yeah.
All
As far as Tourette's, I mean, those who don't have Tourette's, I mean, all we ever see is this stupid, not very funny Hollywood Tourette's. It's basically someone just swearing and again. But that's really not what Tourette's is.
No. Well, some people do have that. I actually have a neurostimulator that's in my brain. So it actually sends electrical impulses to the part of my brain that's injured. So I don't always have tics. So sometimes when high stress, if I'm not occupied, like right now, if I was standing where Eric's standing, I would be ticking. I do have verbal tics. Sometimes I swear, but not very often. I swear in the normal life.
Yeah.
Those aren't tics.
That's better.
But actually having Tourette's, I get to blame a lot of stuff on it. Like this kid was just being an idiot, and I was like, "You're not arrogant asshole," and I was like, "Oh, it's Tourette's. Sorry, my bad." But other than that, I have a lot of verbal, like noise tics, a lot of noise tics, like whistling, and I can't recreate my tics when I'm not ticking. I have movement tics, repetitive motion, but for the most part, it's just when I'm tired or when I have a fever that it actually is exacerbated when I have a fever. But yeah, like high stress anxiety. But other than that, all in all, you'd never have an idea. One of my tics used to be licking walls. That was a good one.
No.
Yeah, I used to lick walls.
TMI.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty funny. I have worse tics than that. That would be too much information.
Yeah.
So look at that. Look at light and fluffy that is.
That's actually looking pretty darn good.
Jamie for the win. What? Eric to the win. What? All right, we're done. My work here is finished.
Just in time, too, because we have about 5 minutes before the first cake comes out of the oven.
Here I came to save the day.
Yeah.
I ticked. All right, folks. Now, that is my scene to exit. End scene. Exit stage left. Actually, it's right. Because most likely after that high stress environment or situation, I probably will tick.
Yeah.
Now that we've talked about it. So thank you folks for sticking with us. I hope that was entertaining to say the least. Actually, I really do hope that's what you guys come here for, right?
Yeah, I think so. They really come here for the entertainment too.
All right, now that that's over.
I mean, it certainly can't be for the professionalism.
What are you talking about? Have you ever seen a kitchen in action? Or a bakery in action? Yeah. This is tame. This is tame.
Yeah.
Guys.
Here's where I date myself and I mention Snagglepuss. Exit stage right. Alright, having said all that, that means we now have about 3 minutes until the first cake comes out of the oven. It's just in time. Oh, by the way, Jamie and everybody, Papa Dan is in the house. Hi, Papa Dan. Walking in from being in the ER with Daddy all day. Oh, brought him home. Oh, Brought him home this time. Daddy's home.
Nice. Hey, Papa, Dan, did you see me in action cooking? Did you see that? Yeah. Yeah. I was cooking.
All right, having done this, I better do this part pretty quickly because we are about to do an exchange here. We're going to change one cake for another. I hope not.
Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, hold on a second.
Yes.
Do you have a place to put the cake? No.
Okay.
Do you have a Trevette set up? No. Okay. Here we go. Actually, you know what I'm doing? We're doing this. This is what we're doing. Because then we don't have to move it far. Where's the big Trevette? Oh no. My head's pounding, man. My head's pounding.
Well, that's from all of that effort. I have no doubt about it.
It's going to talk too damn loud. I hurt my own head.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm that friend that doesn't know how to whisper.
Yeah.
Standing right next to the mic. Yeah, if you guys couldn't hear me before, you should have never said that. Apparently, I just used the same volume next to the mic as I did 12 feet away.
There we go.
All right, how about a cock? We'll use a cock, Trevette.
Yeah. Yeah, you better clarify that. You know how our language is like.
It was a cock.
Yes, she is actually.
I'm cocky.
Yeah, she's actually telling the truth, by the way, for once.
Yeah, I am cocky, right? She's telling the truth.
Well, yes, no, what I meant is this is our cock Trevette. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Cocky little new bitches. Sorry. Oh, shit, I swore.
Okay, having done that, it is just about time, or at least the first time anyway, to well, see if we can get this going. You can lurk, troll, and contribute all at the same time. That sounds about right. So.
Okay. All right, so let me help you here, because I don't know if you're gonna take the cake out with the camera right there. So.
Where did my gloves go? They're right over
in the
there.
trash.
Yeah, I need to.
Okay. Dos por favor. It's Leche cake.
Yes, indeed.
And then you're gonna say, "Dame un beso," and I'm gonna say, "No, I'm not gonna say that." I got one too. Bam. All right, let's take a look at that. Here we go. This is why I should come in here every night to help with the camera. Look at that, folks. Oh, it's backwards. Okay. Oh, it's mirror image. Oh, shit. That works great for dyslexia and Tourette's. There we go. How's that? Is that front and center?
It certainly looks
There
like
we
it.
go. And now look at the side profile. Look at that. She's sexy. She's sexy. Oh, it's sideways. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh my god. Whatever. You guys get the idea.
Let me see if we can
You
aim
have to
this
take-
properly.
Yeah, no, it's good. Now you gotta put the cake and lemon though. I didn't even taste that batter. Did you taste the batter?
I didn't have a
My
chance
baking
to.
soda, I'm just so upset.
Okay, well, however, nonetheless, I've got one other important thing to do, and that's make sure that the cake is done.
Well, by George, it might work. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe.
And as a matter of fact, I do believe we are good. This cake is done.
That's a lot.
Which means this cake now has 20 minutes to sit in this pan, and then comes the fun part, flipping it.
Yeah, then comes the fucking nail button. Oh my god, I gotta get away from the camera.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Having said that, meanwhile,
I can't help it.
excuse me, please, one second.
No, I'm gonna give them a bite too. Take a bite.
Yeah, but cake number 2 is about to go into the oven.
I like to share. For an only child, it's surprising.
There we go. Somehow I managed to do it. This is supposed to be in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes.
That's not bad. I'll be surprised. That's really dense. It might go a little bit longer. But I was checking with that. All right, folks. That's all, folks.
All right, let's do this. And then let's carefully bring that cake over there so that we can get a better close-up of it.
Let me clarify. I was not ticking just then. That was Porgy Big.
Yes. Still, despite all the little chaos, it actually looks like we have done what we wanted to do. And as always, I appreciate that very much. I like podcasts, says Camp Guy. Papa Dan. Hello, Pigtooth and Fluffy, if y'all are here. Papa Dan, book. I'm trying to eat Popeye's chicken, watch video, and type at the same time. Haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning. I think eating will win this contest. Have you ever been to a real live devival? Yes, I have, actually. I've been to several Subgenius devivals, and that is... If you've ever been to one of those, you will never forget them. All right, having said all that, still, at this point now, we are once again at the waiting game here because we actually managed to do what we wanted to do. As I said before, this is, of course, meant to be a chocolate fudge cake, in that I mixed coffee into the batter and I used brown sugar rather than white sugar in the batter as well. So this is certainly going to be dark enough, and I'm really looking forward to it. It also looks like, once again, though, it looks like the sides have pulled out very nicely, and with any luck, then assume. Well, as I said, the moment of truth is going to come when we actually flip this cake and see how that turns out. Ugh. Phew. Yeah, devival, yes, indeed. Yeah, instead of revival, the group that I belong to, the Church of the Subgenius, we hold devivals, and that is really a subject for another time because our topic tonight so far has been me making a mess in the kitchen. Oh, and also baking. How about that? Yes, thank you very much to Jamie for her help with that. So, yes. What year's my Pyrex pattern? Somebody in the live chat already said about 1957. Okay.
I'm just going over. This is the real tasty kitchen. Yes, Joseph. Thank you.
And I certainly hope it is, though, because, yeah, I mean, after all, after this is all done, Jamie and I are going to have to figure out what to do with 2 cakes because, yeah, she's already claimed the Tre Leche. But yeah, I mean, especially here I am trying not to eat too much, making 2 cakes in one night. Still, having done that, okay, well, actually, let me get a little bit back to the subject of cast iron because there's always something else to be said about this, especially since as I mentioned already, Lodge had remade this particular quote unquote fluted cake pan, and you can tell because it has the Lodge emblem here in the 1896 year here on the end, 1896 when Lodge was founded, of course. They originally made their fluted cake pan back in the, I would probably say, the late 60s. And yes, as somebody pointed out, Bundt used to be a cake rather than a brand. However, it was in just about 1950, 50, when the Nordic Ware Company, they did indeed get a trademark on their Bundt pan, which had that particular shape. And actually, for a good, for almost 20 years, I would say, after 1950, Nordic produced those Bundt cake pans in heavy cast aluminum, and no one cared. They were too funny looking. Nobody did anything with them, and they were an oddity that really nobody cared about until one particular cake took the really the whole country by storm. And anybody who bakes at all will know that was the Tunnel of Fudge in the mid 1960s. Yes, indeed. It was the Pillsbury Bake Off, I think it was, or something. And the Tunnel of Fudge actually won second prize. It did not even win first prize this year. But as I said, the cake really took off. It went viral. I mean, really, it was the 1960s version of viral. Everybody was doing it. Just like in the 1950s, there was Baked Alaska. In the 1960s, there was the Tunnel of Fudge. And naturally, this really caused the popularity of the Bundt pan to soar. And I would have to say that would probably be when Lodge decided to get in on the action and produce a cast iron fluted cake pan. They could not call it Bundt because, again, uh, Nordic had the copyright or the trademark on it. I forget which, probably the copyright. And so as a result, they produced their fluted cake pan to go along with all of those vintage cast iron Bundt pans, which have been around and since the 1800s, in fact, and you can still find them. Maybe, as I mentioned earlier tonight, they are extremely rare, and they are really a prize to be held to win if you ever manage to do that. And meanwhile, let's see, we do have some comments here. Camp Guy, pineapple upside down cake, great in number 12 Dutch oven. A standard dinner plate fits right inside when you're ready to turn it out. Yeah, that is certainly good. Yeah. Papa, enjoy your dinner while watching the live. Yes. Yeah, you have good luck and blessings from all of us, Papa Dan. I'm really glad to hear that your dad's coming home. So yeah, I mean, ever since the popularity of the Tunnel of Fudge, a Bundt pan has since become an essential in any kitchen for anybody who does any kind of real baking. And yeah, as you know, you can even find cheap Bundt pans now at pretty much any discount store. A Bundt pan is just one of those things that everybody knows about and everybody has to have. If not for the Tunnel of Fudge, who knows, it may not have been that way. But that's how it is. And I was lucky enough to score my first Bundt pan on eBay as well. As a matter of fact, I've somehow managed to get it for $30. Paying $30 on eBay for a cast iron Bundt pan was indeed a score. And the reason why that happened was because, well, again, another one of those strange coincidences that I really enjoy. When I put my bid in for that particular pan, the bidding, that eBay auction that I was bidding on happened to end at about 5 p.m. on December 24th, namely Christmas Eve. So not many people were watching at that time, I guess. This was several years back. Now I understand, of course, there are all kinds of sniping bots that will stab and will pretty much try to snipe anything on eBay. But nonetheless, it was because of that I actually managed to score that Bundt pan for $30, and I was quite happy with that. At least until the Lodge fluted cake pan came out. As far as size is concerned, the two are almost practically the same size, although definitely the Lodge pan has better construction. So, and well, that's okay. Meanwhile, Jamie's also mentioning the Cincinnati chili is not like regular chili. You're expecting one thing and getting something completely different. Well, I'm glad you like that. Yes. And yeah, that was last week. That was the reason why this live was unfortunately postponed last week. As I mentioned, my workplace sent me on an emergency road trip to Cincinnati, of all places. And thanks to that, I was inspired to try to eat local and to try, well, the famous dish of Cincinnati, and that, of course, is Cincinnati chili. It may not be as known worldwide as Boston baked beans, for instance, but oh man, was that ever good. And I'm glad I made that. I'll be definitely making that again. And have we talked enough at this point? It's been about 10 minutes. Technically, I still have about another 10 minutes to go yet before I can flip this cake, because I learned that the hard way. Definitely keep this in for 20 minutes. And even though it's still going to be hot, that is indeed when I'm going to try flipping it. All right, let's see if I can scroll back on some of these comments as well. Anyways, I appreciate. We actually do have some people watching even after all those fun little mishaps. So I again very much appreciate everybody who has indeed stayed through all of this. Book I'm trying to are two people eat are two people able to eat all that food in a week? Yeah, that's really the fun part. All I can say is that Jamie and I are going to be foisting cake off on our friends and family and neighbors for the next several days. I have no doubt about that.
I got a couple people who kind of almost expect stuff every week.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what are you making this week?
well, this is going to be one of them. So,
Yep. No.
yeah.
Cake freezes, right?
We can find out.
No, I'll share.
Yeah. If well made, a tray Leche cake is delicious. Otherwise, it can be nothing but a mushy mess. Yeah, that's what we're going to find out. And that's where the next fun part is going to come by. But where the rest of it is unfortunately going to be off camera because, well, as I said, that's the reason why we were doing it this way. Because we could do that. Yes, we can make a second video of just doing that. Because once the Tres Leches cake comes out, we are going to have to let it cool completely before we poke it full of holes, and then mix the leche into it. The Tres Leches, the three milks.
I wrote the description of what it was.
Yes,
you say one out loud, maybe?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, the three milks, and that is evaporated milk, condensed milk, and not necessarily whole milk. What was the third one? Milk. Okay, whole milk. But anyway, yeah, you mix all of those together and then pour them over the cake and let it sit in the refrigerator for several hours to absorb all that milk. But all of that, unfortunately, is not going to happen here on live, which is, again, the reason why I wanted to do it this way. Despite all of the crazy mishaps that happened tonight, this pretty much did go the way I wanted it to go, except I wanted it to be a little bit less chaotic. And I can only thank Jamie for her help with that. Yes. Yeah, that's true.
They come here for entertainment, and by golly, that's what they're gonna get.
Yeah.
If we didn't have, you know what? If we didn't have any mishaps or anything like that, some of the lore might be gone. You know?
Yeah, there is certainly that. So,
it's boring.
yeah.
Like, oh, yay, they're making cake.
Somehow we still have 46 people watching this, and in fact, it's jumped to 48.
30, so.
Yeah, we're not doing too badly tonight. So definitely, as always, I very much appreciate everybody who has shown up here. Camp Guy, I have tried to make panettone in the last couple of years at Christmas. All I got was a regular dense loaf of sweet bread. Yeah, you sound like me. Last winter, I tried to make panettone, and I ended up with a rock. It did not rise at all. It was very tasty, but yeah, there must be. There's definitely some kind of magic involved. I have to get the right spell for that. But yeah, panettone is one of those things I tried and I fell in love with. And Jamie, yeah, she definitely developed a taste for panettone as well. But as I said, I tried making it last winter, and yeah, if it had been a success, I would have done a video. But no, this one was just one big, very tasty, but very dense lump of dough. Yes, I did. The Cincinnati chili was last Friday night. What? Yes, yes, they are. Papa Dan, I agree with your above comments. I even tried weighing the ingredients. I don't think I proofed it long enough. Of all the different recipes online I have seen for panettone, the easiest one I saw and the one I tried doing, and yet even so, it still did not rise, was the one by oh my God, I've just drawn a blank. One of the YouTube ladies, the Italian lady. That's it. Laura Vitale. That's it. Yeah. Her panettone. She makes panettone quite regularly. And she actually has a pretty easy panettone recipe, or at least it looks easy. Like I said, mine didn't rise, but you might want to check that out and see. Laura Vitale, Vitale. I made the chili last Friday night. You can find it live on the channel. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So, I even hung it upside down right after it came out of the oven. Well, all we can say is if at first you don't succeed, try again. That panettone is definitely on my bucket list of things that I want to make. To make panettone, you have to have gone to Hogwarts. That's about right. And having said that, we are getting close to the time to flip this cake. And then after that, I think, we'll try bringing the tres leches cake out of the oven, and then we will be all set. These lives do seem to have gotten a little longer yet. I mean, initially, when this first started, almost a year ago, wow, has it been that long already? I think I was running like maybe about 45 minutes or so. Then it extended to an hour, then about an hour and 10 minutes. Now, a number of these have gone to the point of being like about an hour and a half. Shadow Walker XM. I don't think panettone is easy to make. I have Italian friends that won't make it. They say it's very hard. Okay, then here's another thing, though. If you want panettone, you definitely need to go to a foreign market. I mean, don't get your panettone at Walmart. If you're lucky, you can go to a Hispanic or Spanish or whatever you call it, ethnic market. Where they have not only do they have panettone, but they have mini panettones, little almost like cupcake sized panettones, and those are really nice as well. So, as well as by many different makers too. So, and possibly even an alchemist. All right, I do believe it is getting to be that time. So that means here comes the fun part. Actually, I think I'll start. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think we'll stick to it up here right now. So, yeah, and farewell. Well, I hope not, because it is time to flip the cake. I hope not. I've actually done many of these. And you might, and I'm not joking, you might panic and tick. Oh no, outside I yelled. All right, so let's very quickly get this together. Yeah. All right, how to do this? I need my gloves again. Where did I put them? Here they are. Because we need to move this out of the way slightly. We also need, of course, to run a spatula along the edges of this to loosen it. So that would be the first thing. Where did that spatula go? Oh, here it is. Okay. This is pretty much the moment of truth here. However, I do have to say once again, it looks like it has released from the sides rather nicely. So I just got to be careful there. And just as important, yeah, thanks. Just as important, we loosen the edges around the middle here. And then here's where I get to pull out another secret weapon. And that would be these. All right. let's see, how are we going to do this? Yeah, definitely, Jamie, you should stay in there, otherwise you will panic. Because this means that this out here. No, I am. Yep, and I'm trusting in my experience. There we go. All right, now just bum, 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 bum. Having done that, pretty much it's either now or never. Well, here's hoping for the best, folks. Yeah. Thank you for watching. And 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Take a look.
You're celebrating. Oh, I'm watching on live. It's not. I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's freezing.
It is?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, then you better come in here because.
Yeah, it's okay. Let me see. Oh, now it's just unveiled. It just unveiled just now. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's just right here.
There we go. Oh, good. I'm glad it worked. And that is why I am so proud of that method that I developed for using a preheated cast iron Bundt pan to make a Bundt cake. Because yes, I am proud of this. As I said, I made this several years ago. I've made a number of these cakes, and I love the way they turned out. Yeah. I'm not sure if they can. I'm not sure if they can hear that over there.
I'm doing talk to text, Eric.
Oh, okay. That's why. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My apologies. But nonetheless, I do hope this was worth it. So yeah, I really, as I said, I really, really like this method. The method, I do spell this method out on my website if anybody wants to take a look. How do we know if this is perfect if you don't cut it? Well, that's the thing, of course. I still have to let this thing cool. It is actually pretty darn hot. And then we will get to decorate it with ganache. All right, 2 other things. One of which is, let's move that out of the way. And I better not drop this cake on the floor after all of that. No, oh, you mean the other cake?
Yeah, there's no way it's ready.
Okay, well then, then we will wait until that's done. But the other thing is, I want to show folks.
Clean.
Mostly clean, a little bit on the sides from the original, but the bottom came out almost clean. Yes, so.
You can tell by looking at the cake, it's clean.
So this is definitely what I can call a success.
Pull that back just a little bit so I don't hit the camera.
Okay.
Not even close.
No, not even close
Not
for
even
the
close.
for that cake.
Not
Okay.
even yeah,
Alright.
take a look. Like it's not even. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's
still
give him
wet.
let's
Oh,
give
yeah,
him a
let's keep it
peek.
in the peak. The camera's gonna get foggy though. You gotta go back further. You're gonna have to go back.
Yeah.
Pull it up over the leg of the mic stand.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe toothpick it. Well, there's no bubbles. Not. I can't talk right now. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
gonna start swearing. Yeah. Ah! Sorry.
Sorry.
Woo!
You think maybe a few more minutes?
What?
And thank you very much for the comment as well about about a chocolate cake from scratch. So. All right. We're not sure, unfortunately, if that other cake is going to be done in time. I'm sorry to say. So we're actually going to have to do another mini video of poking the tres leches cake and then adding the tres leches sauce liquid. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. Still, I'd say we are doing pretty good at this point. And besides, we're already past an hour and a half, and I've got to get ready for work tomorrow. I also have this mess to clean up. It's my mess. I'll clean it up. So, all right. Having done all that, folks, I guess I can only say I hope you folks like how things have turned out. Yeah, this was another one of those comedies of errors tonight, which I guess I should have expected that from the beginning since I committed myself to making two cakes. And yet, at least one of them seems to have turned out pretty darn good. So we can only hope that the second one turns out okay as well. I will definitely give everybody an update on how it all turned out. But let's all head on and do other things because, again, it's getting late and I do have to go to bed soon. So, thank you very much, as always, for watching, folks. This is, as you know, we do this every week. Um, yeah, sometimes I say to myself, why do I do this every week? But nonetheless, when we look at that cake, you can definitely see why. So, yes, I mean this cake. There we go. All right, move that over a little bit. Come on, I want to get at least one photo up so that if anybody wants to do a screen grab, they can do that. It's not happening. Yeah, that helps. I'll definitely have to make a couple of pictures too. Nonetheless, as always, I can only thank everybody for their patience with everything tonight. And also, as I said, I am looking for a better and bigger apartment. I can only hope that by this time next month we may have a place with a lot more room. The cats will like that. Thank you very much for watching, folks, everyone. And yeah, as like Shadow Walker XM says, look forward to this on Wednesday. Yeah, I look forward to it too. As I mentioned, all you folks here are really what makes this a lot of fun. So, has anyone said I look like Anton LaVey? A few people have. More people have said I look like Walter White. So, and as you can see, tonight we were baking bad, or baking good, actually. Nonetheless, thank you once again, everybody, for watching, and thank you for hanging around. See everybody next Wednesday. Have a good evening.